Okay, so we should be live right now. I hope everyone is having a good weekend, and I also hope that my microphone doesn't sound as shitty as the last time, because in this very moment I'm finally using the more decent, let's call it the more decent microphone that I've bought off Amazon a few years ago. The one that I had some troubles with phantom power, and I didn't end up using this one for the first live stream. But okay, so I guess we can start without wasting too much time, because I have already wasted some time setting up the whole thing, mounting the microphone stand and all the jets. Also, another difference compared to the first live stream, I'm directly recording and not recording, live streaming the whole monitor, because I realized that just capturing the window for the FL Studio program doesn't actually show everything that's going on the screen. For example, if I, let's say, want to show any drop-down menu, it probably did not render correctly, because it just captures the software as it is without capturing all the extra things that are being rendered on top of it. So, with that said, today I'm going to show you part of the process for the remastering of the pod MCA. I also fucked up with the titling of this project. Okay, never mind. So, as I was saying, today I'm going to show you part of the process for remastering the pod MCA number 9 track of the Unreal Tournament soundtrack. As you can see, I have already exported all these stems from the original piece. That is something that I do by opening the original file in a modern tracker software, in this case OpenMTT, and then export all the various instruments, separating them by single channels, render them to WAV, and then later import them in my software of choice, which is FL Studio 11. I know FL Studio 11 is old as shit, but I find myself very well with this one, and also because I really dislike the user interface that has been introduced from FL Studio 12 onwards. So for the time being, I will stick with FL Studio 11. So as I was saying, the things that I'm seeing here are all the exported tracks from the original piece that I have already took the liberty to associate with various tracks on the mixer that I'm using to post-process every... Sorry, I caught a cold a few days ago, so I'm still a little groggy, a little dizzy, let's say. As I was saying, here you can see all the various tracks that you can see in here being associated with individual tracks in the mixer, used to control the volumes and the tracks that I will later add to the project to clean up the individual stems, to give a little bit of flair and stuff like that. And okay, so I think we can start proper. So, sorry. Let's start with the most recognizable part of the track, which is the pad in the beginning, which is this one. So, first thing I do is load up parametric EQ, the default one for FL Studio, which is very useful to start seeing which frequencies are being used in this sound, in this particular sound. Let me see something. I hope you guys are still receiving the transmission, because YouTube is telling me that there is some trouble with the bitrate of sort. Let me check something real quick. Great, maybe I can just like this. Okay. I hope that the thing goes away, the connection picks up, because I'm sitting right next to the router and I'm linked with the Ethernet. I'm not sure why it's still giving me this error, but hello, Blacko. And I'm not sure why it's giving me this error, but I will try to go on with the live stream despite the issues being reported by YouTube. But actually, I'm not even sure that the issues is on my end, because I don't know if you guys already noticed, in the past few days YouTube has been giving a lot of trouble to various users, irrespective of the platform, unless you are streaming from like desktop. There has been numerous issues reported about huge chunks of watch history suddenly disappearing, and new videos not being added to the watch history of a user unless you broadcast or play a video from a desktop. So if you're trying to play a video from a mobile device or another device of sort, YouTube is still having some issues with reporting and updating your watch history. I hope that these server errors do not translate to YouTube fucking up this live stream. At least I hope so. But okay, let's try to stay focused on this thing. So as I was saying, this first channel is the one pertaining to the most consumer part of this track. And the first thing I do, I try to load up parametric EQ, because it has a spectrogram already integrated, so I already have a visual representation of what frequencies have the most prominence in a particular case or not. And let's say, for example, we see that all this part in here is basically unused. So to start cleaning up the track, I can start cutting off all the higher frequencies above, let's say, 4K, 5K hertz. Okay, let's keep it a bit more around 10K. I can also start cutting down everything below 50 hertz, because it's just rumble, it's just noise and compression artifacts. Then I can start maybe toying a bit with equalization to make the thing a bit more airy, give more presence in the upper frequencies, let's say. And also, let's try, I think, for example, let's try toying with some reverb, see how things are faring. Also, let me just check real quick from my own smartphone if the live stream is going correctly. 1 second. Okay, it seems to be working, at least on my end. I hope that everyone else is not having any problem as well. Okay. Sorry. So as I was saying, let's try giving going with some reverb and stuff like that, to give some more stereo information, some more spaciousness to this particular sound, since it's supposed to be the big airy pad that plays in the beginning of the track. So let's see. You know what? Let's try this one. Okay. Okay, it already sounds way more spacious, way more airy than the unprocessed sound. Maybe, just maybe, I can give some hints of reverb, just a tiny little, of flinger, just to give some more, extra flair, extra movement, Okay. Also, one thing that I want to do, I want to reduce the amount of stereo information being played below a certain frequency. Let's say below 350 hertz. Just because everything below, let's say, 350, 300 hertz just doesn't need stereo information. Not that much, if at all, depending on the sound or the mixing decision than one people makes during the production of a track, or in this case, the remastering of a track. And so, let's also see what this one is. Okay, this one is the very faint arpeggio that you can hear at the very beginning of the track. I think one thing that I can do is actually, instead of keep piling up various reverbs on individual channels, I can instead do this thing and see. So basically what I'm doing right now, I am creating a reverb instance on one of the so-called send tracks of the mixer, which means that the effects being applied on these 4 channels can be applied to other individual channels. So these are useful if, for instance, I want to apply the same exact effect to multiple mixer tracks. Let's say, for instance, if I want to give more cohesion to various percussion instruments, I want to apply the same reverb or apply the same compression. Maybe it's better reverb in this case. I will just turn up, as you can hear, the knob which controls the amount of processing that it's been applied to this particular track by taking this one effect into account. So let me reverb send. Okay, rename it just for ease of use, and let me deactivate just to see if I can clean the sound a bit more before turning off the effect chain. So this particular sound plays in the higher register and doesn't really need all this information below 200 hertz. I also don't think it needs stuff below above, let's say, 16k hertz. Okay. Maybe I can do something cool and add some more reverb. ESP84 is one of my go-to delay units because it has very sorry, a very nice set of presets that I can use that they don't just apply delay unless you go for the standard ones, but also can apply cutoff resonance to give some more movement, some more flair to the individual tracks that have been used on. So for example, one of my favorite presets is transmitter, which is this one. And you are going to hear what it does. He adds this kind of dub, old school reggae dub type of delay with some filter being applied on the delay itself. I can also control the amount of cutoff being applied to the filter. So for example, I can do something cool like this. Let me just select all the other tracks like this and start toying with the automation. So let's go here. Let me save. Let's say, okay. Let me just start with filter applied on delay being relatively close and progressively open the filter to give more spaciousness, let's say more movement to this arpeggio, which after this point in the track it stops playing. So one thing that I can do, that I tend to do, is I try to subtly hint about track being lost. A track, let's say, being lost in the space of the arrangement. And I usually increase the amount of reverb or delay being applied to it, which tends to push the track, which the reverb or the delay is being applied on, tends to push the track further back in the mix and basically tends to blend the individual track with the rest of the arrangement. So it basically morphs from a very distinctive sound to a, let's say, more amorphous one that tends to be more akin to a bona fide pad, you know. Maybe you will get more of what I'm trying to say when I actually hit play and let you hear what the thing plays out and not just plays in my own mind, you know. So let's see, everything is set up. Yeah, I think you can hear, like, if you listen to the very first round of arpeggio, you can hear that the delay being applied to it has a very close filter processing the delay. Whereas if you compare with the last round of the arpeggio before this track stops playing at all, you can hear that the filter is very much open. Okay, so let's try hearing how it sounds with the first pad playing in tandem with it. Yeah, already sounds decent enough to me. Also, keep in mind that the things I'm going to show you during this live stream are not being the whole thing, the whole project, because um, I will most likely waste some time explaining things and digging around to see how things sound. And I finish this track off stream some other time. And just start these parts are the ones where most time is wasted because one tries to see what needs to be fixed, what needs to be cleaned, what effects might be useful to enhance or correct some parts of the original track, you know. So, for example, let's hear this one. So also for this one, for this, I don't even know how to describe this sound actually. I don't know. I think I do have the original sounds over here. Sorry, is uh, real tracker samples. Bot back. Yeah, is this one? The original sample is called Hoover. I don't even know. Okay, it's not even in tune. Let me just do the thing real quick. Okay. Okay, so obviously it's playing at a higher octave. Just let me. Okay. Okay. So what are you seeing right now? It me digging around with the original samples used in the project, like this one that you hear here, that you can listen here, are the instruments and the samples being already rendered into their final forms as they're played in the project. Whereas these ones are the individual samples and instruments being used in the original project, because opening the original pieces, UMX files, allows me to both export the full stems and also export the individual samples, which I later use either to directly recreate stuff for the remaster, or to use these samples myself for my own compositions or remixes and whatnot, you know. So in this case, well, as you can see, there are not just the folder is called Unreal Tracker Samples because I start exporting the tracker samples, but there is also stuff from, you know, Deus Ex and stuff like that, you know, Unatco Return, and stuff from Unreal Gold, Unreal Return to the Poly. And okay, but let's keep focus. So okay, so turns out that the actual samples is playing two octaves at the same time. There are just let's say uh, layered with different volumes, so it gives a more cohesive final sound, you know. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So let me. So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm basically digging around with the original sample to see if I can give a cleaner sound instead of relying on the exported stem, just to see if it's worth the time or not. Mm-hmm. Ah bah. Mm, okay. Maybe I can do the following. Let me see. Ah, right. Okay. It's going to be like this, huh? Mm. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do, since this original sample tends to be quite noisy, uh, if I let the tail of the sound play in its entirety, as you can hear, one thing I want to try is to actually apply a high pass filter to it, and then do the following, which is this. Okay, let me see one thing, just real quick. Mm. Okay. Allora, let's see how it sounds. Hold. Let's try like this. Um, mm, uh, okay. Allora, vediamo un po'. Dunque, let me finish this thing and then I'll explain what I'm doing right now. Promise. Okay. Mm, okay. Wrong color. Dark out. Velocity. Okay, so this one should be like this. This one should be like this as well. Let me see how it sounds real quick. Mm. Mm. Frequencies. Oh, well. Yeah. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is a very autistic way to clean up the sound. So basically what I did is I applied a high pass filter on these individual samples. A high pass filter is one that progressively uh, cuts off all the lower frequencies in the sound and until all the frequencies are cut and nothing is heard, is listenable to anymore. Let's say it starts from the bottom and goes up to the top, whereas the usual low pass filter does the inverse, as in it starts cutting from the higher frequencies and goes towards the bottom. So in this case, I did apply a high pass filter to the sample, and then I am using these particular type of notes found in FL Studio, which are these notes with this particular icon do not actually play a sound. They modify parameters for existing notes that are overlapping them. So this node is the one that actually plays, and this one modifies the parameter of this particular node. In this case, I'm modifying the parameter pertaining to the filter cutoff so that the tail of this sound is being uh, cut off in a controlled way so that the frequencies of the various notes do not overlap too much in between them, so that I can get let's say a better sound, a better sound, even if this note itself has a longer tail than usual, you know. And also, one thing that you might have noticed is that all these notes have different colors. That's because all notes of the same color uh, are being affected by the let's say modifier node with that shares the same color of the regular node that plays the actual sound. So if I, let's say, left this one as green as well, you would have a very different sound because this node and these nodes would have affected this one as well. I hope my explanation makes sense, but as per usual, what's important is the final result. So let's hear. Yeah, sounds acceptable enough to me. So let me do the following. Let me transpose the notes as they were. Maybe I can actually also, another thing that I forgot to mention, that the length of the modifier nodes also determines how long does it take for the particular parameter they are affecting to be fully affected. So, for example, if I turn this modifier node as short as this, it means that this node will have the full change to take place in the space of this node. Whereas if I make this modifier longer, it means that this change will happen more gradually. So let me elongate these nodes real quick. Maybe I can do the following and have the change in frequency happen slightly faster in the lower registry. Say like this. Okay, let's see how it sounds with the reverb applied. Doesn't actually change that much. I can do the following, but I can do the following. For instance, I can apply some panning, give more flair to the whole thing, you know, just to give me a little bit more spice, the whole thing. Just a little bit of panning, not much. It does not need that much reverb, and that much panning. Sorry. So let me see if I can do the thing. Let me do the thing, but let me cook just for a little bit, you know. Um. Hmm? Hmm. Still needs some more. Hmm. Maybe I can. It needs some more lower frequency presence. So maybe I'll do the following as well. So let me see. Hmm. Maybe I can just layer the two and let nature run its course and see how it sounds actually. Um, okay. Uh, this one, no, don't put up. Mm, and let's hear. Mm, oh, come on, where is this? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, let's say it's good enough for now. For now. Also, I do hope that yes, it seems like the live stream is still going strong. Yeah, I hope it's going fine for you as well. Yeah, okay. Okay. Uh, okay, so enough digging around with this particular sound. Let's go to the other ones. I don't want to spend the whole live stream of a single note, you know. Well, okay. Let's see what's this one. Wow, a very, very extremely low quality sample of a crash symbol from a TR-909. This one is basically unexcusable. I will just straight up replace this one with a clean sample, you know. There is zero reason for this one to be present in the remaster mix, you know. Yeah, yeah, fuck this one. Let me just go to the, where the fuck is this? Where is the TR-909? There we go. Okay, so Jesus, the difference in quality, it's a huge gap. You know, just listen to the two. It's literally the same sample. This one is with all the compression artifacts of this world applied to it. And this is the clean one. It's like night and day. There is just, I don't know. I don't even know why this particular sample is being so compressed. Okay, so let's just do the following. Just apply a single note. Is this one regular note? Let's go to 80%. No. And just following, save the project. And then do the thing, which is, in this case, doing this also. Oh well. Also, let me. This basically doesn't change anything if I set the filter cutoff to 0 in this particular instance, but I want to lower the frequency of the low pass filter on this crash symbol just a bit for when it comes back, let's say, from the void of silence, to be a bit more poetic in this description of the arrangement of this track. This one is a bit too low for my tastes. Okay, so let's, yeah, way better. Now I can just see which channel this one is being associated to. This one, perfect. And just straight up link to the same thing. And just mute this one. Straight up mute this, the original one. Okay. And then let me see. Okay. I will select all the other channels for now. Move them, drag them down a bit. Just so I can have the space to place this one. So I will actually cut and paste parts of this pattern because this one contains both this individual note that plays at fixed intervals and this one that goes like this, which is used in, I think, yeah, a single instance in the whole for the entirety of the track, which is this one in here. So let me just go and do the thing, do the funny thing in here. Okay. And just straight up select copy and paste brainlessly because it's just what it is. It's just a crash symbol playing every 4 beats, every 4 bars, sorry. And this one as well. Yeah, okay. Sorry if I'm not paying that much attention to the chat, but you know, I'm getting into my own autism with cleaning the samples and stuff, you know. The usual Mothership classic. So let me see how this one sounds. Yeah. Maybe one thing I can do, if I'm feeling very spicy, maybe I'll do later on, I can layer the symbol, the crash symbol, at fixed intervals with another one, which gives some extra, some extra space stereo information to signify that this particular symbol playing and this particular time is more important to the whole track. So let's go below into the depths of my sample libraries archives and go in here, and let me just unearth one of samples that I use more frequently than anything else, which is this one. This one is just simple crash symbol with an embedded reverb, which is way more spacious than is usually needed, but I usually tend to layer this one with other symbols in my tracks in specific instances, specific points, just to emphasize a particular sound, a particular moment in the track. So I can do the thing. Of course, I will have to associate with a new track in the mixer channel, just so it doesn't blast your eardrums at the default volume. So this is the single GR909 crash symbol playing. And this is the 909 crash symbol playing alongside one with a reverb embedded on. Maybe it's too low. Maybe it's low. Just me with this. Yeah, you can definitely hear the reverb tail of the other sound, of the other crash symbol. And also do the funny thing is just to see if Jesus, way too high. Yeah. Also, I know that many things sounds louder than they actually are because we are listening to them with everything else muted, but I can guarantee, I already know that some things will be blending in alongside the rest of the mix, so they will do their own bidding, as they should be. See? Press the reverb on the cymbal doesn't actually overpower anything else in this case. So I can just slap, this one every, let's say, 16 bars. Okay. Maybe I can do the following. Okay. Yeah. Sounds nice. Okay. Okay. Also, as per usual, I've just only now realized that I forgot to ping people on the server about this live stream. Well, better late than never. Just let me just annoy them with the with another everyone ping on Discord. Okay. Give me a second. Give me just a second. Progress, live streaming progress. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, select everything. Copy paste. Yes. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, you know. Let me also shield the same link every somewhere else. Give me a second. Maybe without the everyone tag in this case. Okay. Yeah, in here in the Perpetia server, just because I know the Shod loves my stuff. It's very patient with me. Thank you, Shod, if you're tuning in for the live stream. I love you too. You are a very patient friend. Okay, I think we can resume the live stream for a little bit more, you know. Sorry, still have my cold. So I think we can focus on the juicier part of the track, which is the G arpeggio, you know, this one. So for this particular sound, which is a very, very basic one, it's basically synth bass 101 on any barebones basic beach MIDI keyboard. I took the liberty to actually do a thing off stream this morning and create a very similar sound with the GVU 1080, which emulates the Roland GVU 8000. It's a very, very nice plugin that I've acquired a few years ago, and I've used it extensively in my own tracks, especially in the Wirehead album and its expansion packs. And in this case, I have selected as per a synth bass preset and started digging around with it until I managed to get a sound that is close enough to the one used in the track. And the reason is that I like the one I came up with more than the sample, also because using the sample has the unfortunate downside of having the higher notes playing, of course, faster samples than the lower notes, just due to the nature of sample instruments that do not have a loopable section. The higher you go in the registry, in the octaves, the faster the sample gets played back. So if you have a placky type of sample being used, it tends to be very noticeable if you have extreme differences in octaves of intervals between the notes being played. I will show you what I mean now in here. Let me mute this one. So 3, 2, 1. As you can, maybe you can hear, I hope you can, the very first notes of every round of arpeggio are slightly faster than the other ones, and these things really bothers me a lot. So I came up with my own sound, which hopefully is as close as possible to the original. And also, this thing, coming up with my own sound programming the sound, gives me the opportunity to do the following, which is, let me clean up this pattern. One moment. Okay, like this. Okay. It gives me the opportunity to also fill with a filter of this particular sound in real time to give more movement, to give the opportunity to sound to evolve, because, you know, this particular arpeggio plays all throughout this section, which might result in a, let's say, boring sound or very repetitive sound. So the thing that I'm doing right now is sorry, this one. So I'm basically since this part repeats ad infinitum until the section of the track, I'm just going to do this, do this. So this part you are seeing right now is called an automation track, which controls, it means that automates the changes in values of parameters that are being assigned to it. In this particular case, sorry, I have a brain fart. The parameter being assigned to it is the cutoff of this particular sound that I made with GVU 1080. So, for example, if I do like this, Jesus. Oh well, isn't that cool? It lacks way too much for my tastes, at least when I'm trying to live stream. But you know. Well, isn't that a cancerous thing? Jesus. Well, maybe I will reserve the automation of the filter for when I'm off stream and I don't have to stress the computer too much. So for the time being, I will do the following, which is assign the tracks on the mixer to this particular arpeggio and start digging around with the delay. So let's pick another one. Another instance of BSP84. Let's say Sadie or Satori. I don't really remember which one is the one I use usually. Okay, this one is cool. Let me just try the SETI preset real quick. No, it wasn't the one I was looking for. This one neither. Let's stick with this story one for the time being. You know, let's see how it fares. Okay, seems decent enough for me. Maybe add some more reverb to this track. No. Well, oh, well, of course it doesn't sound because I have muted the track. Some dump. Let me see. Oh yeah, I can feel it. I can feel this one right now. Let me see how it sounds with everything else unmuted. I don't know why this one got... Okay, yeah. It was supposed to play off beat, you know, not on the beat. Yeah, it sounds already fine to me. Now I can start fiddling with the filter, like to delay for this one, instead of actually fiddling with a filter applied on the synth itself. It already sounds better this way, at least to my taste. It's. Also, as per usual, at the cost of repeating myself, everything that you're hearing right now is very much work in progress because I'm just in the phase of throwing things at the wall and see what sticks before finishing the remaster off stream. So let me do the thing like this, for instance. Let me see where it goes. Okay, so basically it goes like this. I can do like this. Let me see how it sounds real quick. Okay. And let me do the thing like this. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's just add some random movement to filtering of this particular piece here. Maybe I can do like this. I can actually do like this. Okay. So the filter gradually closes when their page comes to a close, comes towards its end. Yeah. Sounds good enough to me. Okay. So I think I can do one more thing before ending this live stream, which is also substituting the other TR-909 samples in this track because they are all equally compressed and full of artifacts, like the crash symbol, which I've replaced earlier, just so you can hear the difference once more between the original sample. Hold on, let me mute the kick drum. Original sample. New sample derived from the same sample as the compressed one, but since I happen to have the clean original ones, I just straight up replaced the one using the track because it was so shitty in quality that it was borderline unacceptable. So, for example, let's do. Okay. Let me go to the TR-909 folder. Okay, already found the sample. That was easy. Yeah. It was what kids call piece easy, basically. Wow. I don't even need to tune the kick. It's straight up the same sample in the same key. Wow. Okay, let me do the thing. Let me do the thing like this. Okay. Okay, so let me replace this one as well. Let me do the thing like this. Okay, so let's see the difference between the original drum kick, the bass drum sample, and the new cleaner one. So this one is the old bass drum. This one is the new one. Well, sorry. This one is a new one. So old one. Yeah, it's even in this case the difference is quite abysmal, you know. So I can just do the thing straight up, assign the 909 clean sample to the same channel, and just do the thing, mute the original one. Yeah. Let me replace the open head sample as well, and then I will call it a day and end the stream. So let me do this. Actually, this one is already acceptable on its own, strangely, compared to the other ones. So I think I will keep this one on its own. Just make the channel mono. And do some cleaning up with the parameter EQ. And remove some resonance frequencies that I can see here and here. And basically removing frequency build-up in some particular places in the spectrum so that there is less noise in the whole arrangement. You can hear the whistling if I boost this particular resonant frequency all the way up. So when I cut down the frequencies, the sound becomes a bit more clean, you know, a bit with less unneeded noise in the entirety of the arrangement of the track, of the entirety of the mixing of the track, or the arrangement itself. Arrangement is a slightly different thing than mixing. So this is the sample without equalization applied. And this is a sample with equalization applied to it. Off and on. Off and on. Okay, so with that said, I think we are done for this live stream. I hope that everyone managed to still have a pleasant viewership, pleasant view despite the bitrate problems being notified by YouTube. I will terminate this track of stream on my own, and then I will later made it available in early access for my patrons. You can see the URL if you want to support my work. You can just go to the URL being showcased in the lower bottom of the screen, and you can get all my stuff in advance compared to when I publish it to the public, when I made it public on my channel. This also includes stuff like getting my new original tracks and albums before I put them in the stores, available for general purchases. And since I've started developing games, that also means that you can have access, depending on the tier that you would join on my Patreon, you can have access to internal test builds. You have access to features of the game I'm working on before they are available to the public, and depending on the tier of the patron that you join, you will also be included in the credits for the game under different monikers like, supporter, producer, executive producer, and whatnot. And for the music part of my gig, you will have access to all my stuff in advance. You will be eligible to vote in the polls that I will keep on doing to decide which tracks to remix next if I am unsure about what things to work in the near future. So, for example, also I intend to run a poll in this month of March about which track among the selected ones that I'd like to remix from the soundtracks of various Tekken games, like, for example, Tekken 4 or Tekken 8, stuff like that. And people that will join from the $5 a month tier upwards will be eligible to cast a vote in the poll, so you can influence which tracks I will remix next, which Tekken track I should remix. I will open the poll maybe next week, or depending on how busy I am with all the things pertaining to music, game development, IRL business stuff and such. So I thank you everyone who stopped by the stream, and I hope everyone has a pleasant day, a pleasant evening, depending on where you're living. And this has been Mothership Loudspeakerz, and I will see you in the next live stream, maybe in a month. So bye bye.